Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the former MVP, Cam Newton, and the Carolina Panthers as they match up with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. With that, let's head over to the space city of Houston. Standing by at NRG Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Texans offense heading out, and it's Deshaun Watson leading the way, the third-year man out of Clemson. Last year, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but the big number for the Texans, he was sacked a league-high 62 times. They'll try to do better in this one. On first down, it's Watson. Short throw taken in by the tight end O'Leary. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
Have no idea where they're putting in the food in the Martin household, but they've developed 2 terrific offensive linemen. Brother Zach, a perennial all-pro at guard with the Dallas Cowboys, but Nick, no slouch at center for the Houston Texans. He sets the tone for their offensive line. He's the pivot up front.
To throw again on second down. Watson, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 7 yards there and a first down. The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. 6 catches, 64 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Johnson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Johnson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage.
Johnson on, it's poke free, football's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a run with McCaffrey. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
12 yards there and a first down. Now Newton on first down. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. The former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett, the rookie with the carry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
20. 20.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Newton. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
From the gun, here's Newton. And the Panthers in for the score.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Watson. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Let's go.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Barkevius Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
Well, that was point-counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of routing, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. He held him to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. And even 40 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
We got this.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Right there in the middle. 55. If you don't get this, boy, you think you're going to get this?
Now Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now Newton escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They fake the give. Newton. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On 2nd and 10. Newton got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. To the air again, Newton. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
2nd down and goal. Newton, touchdown, Carolina.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples. In this contest, so he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And Cam able to take it himself in for the score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive tumble.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Watson now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half. And he's got a 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. He's got the 1st down, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, it's Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Newton's pass is on target to Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a 1st down here. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Yeah, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Tavecchio to... The PAT. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's taken at around the 40. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to look into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to Johnson again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Crunch time, defense.
1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the 50, it's Watson. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 44, Newton, and this one's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's third and short. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Newton on first down. Forced out to his left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely. Running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is caught by Fells, right side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. The ball comes out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. To throw again on second down. Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Watson finding fouls complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now, defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's got it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And it's caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans get a bit closer. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's the backup Greer. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This is Scarlett on the carry. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
On
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They turn to Scarlett again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. 3rd and 2, Greer. And he's got his target. That's more. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it with Scarlett. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Scarlett. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Greer, and that should be the final act in this contest. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Carolina, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire